Hello everyone, this is Panda Quant, and today we're going to talk about a very exciting stock, which is IREN. So this is the most stock I think right now in the stock market, because in the previous year it had more than 200% gain, and right now it is going for a very explosive move, and we are not ready for it. Why? Let me explain that. So the price action that you are seeing from October till November, you see that there was a lot of profit taking and there were a lot of macro factors which came into the picture. So that's why we see a sudden dip. And now from December to February, you see that there was so much accumulation. That's why I call it a bull cup. So why it is called a bull cup? Basically, you can see that if I draw a trend line, every time when a stock goes up and when each and every cumulative day the volume is increasing, that means the stock is in a bull run. And similarly, you see that when the stock is dipping, right, you see so much less volume. That means the majority of them have entered but they have not sold, but there are retail or maybe some funds that would have sold. So whenever it dropped down majorly from like the key levels, the volume was very low, and then you see up and down volume a little bit. So that's why I call it a bull cup, because it's volatile, the volume is less, people are in an accumulation mode. And now let's talk about the action which started taken from 25th of December till in 1 month. In 1 month you see a heavy volume coming in, and this is amazing, guys. Like, for any stockholder, this is a great news, to be honest. The like, everything is building up, the stock is building up, and now you see the major levels. Let's see that. You see I have an anchored volume over here as well, so you can see the buy and sells. It's crazy, and this is a major trend line that I'm hoping for, and this is by stats. This is not something, an ordinary line that I have drawn over here. So every time the stock falls, it comes up, and you see that it has been touching and hitting again and again. So similarly, today we know that there are again macro factors. There were a lot of influential news, like a new Fed coming in and silver dropping in, and investors are also booking profits because they're not sure at the weekend what news is going to drop, because we have a US government shutdown looming and everything else. But the best thing is that now the government shutdown, I think, is going to happen. So that is bullish for the markets, maybe. So the very first target to achieve this trend would be an immediate target of 59. Like the Monday open, you will see at 59. Why I'm so confident about it, this move, the green line move that I have laid down over here? Because we have the earnings coming in, which is 5th of Feb. So the earnings were supposed to be at 11th Feb, but they posted earlier. That means they have very good news for the investors. They have very good that means that they have very good news for the investors, because otherwise they would not be doing that. So similarly, you see it's going to bounce up because the earnings are coming up. People are going to buy. A lot of people panicked and sold. So others are going to benefit from it. So I expect a move for immediate target of 59, and then maybe 66, and then some profit taking might be there, because as always the market does not go on one particular run unless it is gambling. Then the immediate, I won't say my immediate target, a second target of $74, but I don't know when this target is going to come. But 59, as I say, like, you will see the moment the earnings hit, I think it's going to be extraordinary. And we are gonna see like $66 or more than that, maybe. To support that, let me open PLTR charts, because we see the same thing again and again. All right, so this earnings PLTR had is in Feb 24. Anytime the earnings are coming, you see that the investors are confused, and it's a buy and a sell, and it's always happening, right? Because no one, and you see the volume was also very less. The moment the earnings drop in, immediate jumps, the volume kept on increasing. Similarly, if you come to the earnings when PLTR was rising, everyone sold, right? Like the 2 days you see that it opened higher, but everyone sold because they thought the earnings are not going to be good. But again, the earnings were good, but again, you can see a lot of profit taking over here. But similarly, when the earnings are coming in, you see that again there was a big drop before the earnings came in, and then the stock moved massive. On this particular earnings, you see again the stop dipping, and then the earnings coming up really good and the stock skyrocketing, and that's how changed everything. But believe me or not, the volume over there at that point of time was less for PLTR. Right now IREN is like a huge hype, everyone is invested as far as I know. So why I bring this, because the history repeats. Every time before earnings, investors panic and they lose a lot of money. If they would have kept invested, they would have a lot more money. So this is just a price action analysis that I'm talking about. I might make a fundamental analysis video, but this is the price action, and you should be looking for, if the earnings coming in good, I think target 74, which is a second target, and which is the top of the Fibonacci levels, might be coming soon, but I'm not sure about that. But immediate target of 59, you would see. Thank you so much.